Welcome to Your Great Human Adventure, a series of short videos to help you have more joy, more fun, more success, more empowerment in your life. I'm Dr. MichellePeticolas, founder of Secrets of Life and Death and Second Chance Secrets, helping smart men and women reinvent their lives after a loss, divorce, or major life challenge, something that woke you up to realizing that things are not going quite the way you would like them to go. Today I would like to talk about what I call adventure aversion, your great human adventure. You are a spiritual being having a human adventure. And part of this adventure is occupying these human bodies. They are your vehicle through this three-dimensional plane. And you have to learn to partner with them and work with them in order to have a great adventure. Otherwise, they can really hold you back. And I want to talk a little bit about the kind of things that your body might do to hold you back. You see, your body has its own agenda. 300 million billion cells trying to keep you alive. And when we're small, when we're children, and that's the way we came into this human adventure, we are totally dependent upon our parents for our every need. And if we don't get those things that we really need to make us feel safe and secure and loved and appreciated, then we develop patterns of behavior to ensure that we get that. I've noticed two different patterns. One is what I call the pleaser, and the other is what I call the controller. The pleaser comes from a family maybe in which there are too many children. The parents are maybe a little self-occupied and they don't give the children enough love. Maybe they gave them a little bit at the beginning when they were the baby, but then they pull it back because they are just overwhelmed. They have too many things going on. This develops a pleaser, a child who searches for ways to please their parents and their teachers and whatever adult, so that they get the attention and the regard and the love and the liking that they crave, because they aren't getting enough. They're kind of on low, barely survival level of appreciation and acknowledgement and love. Now the controller comes from a more chaotic pattern, a more dangerous or maybe even violent life situation. Maybe their parents are out to lunch and are not taking care of their basic needs. And so the controller learns to control their circumstance, to make sure they're safe, to make sure that they get enough food, to make sure that they have shelter. They learn it all. And this pattern becomes unconscious. Now, how do these patterns interfere with your great human adventure? Well, the pleaser is afraid of being themselves. They're convinced that maybe they weren't worthy, they weren't good enough, something was wrong, and so they go out and seek approval from the outside world. And they are very averse to being themselves because they figure that they're not good enough. The controller is different. The controller wants to control their circumstances. They don't believe necessarily that they're not good enough. They just want to be safe. And so they may hold back from stepping fully into what's possible for them. Now, if you look closely, you will find that what is an adventure aversion for one pattern might not be the adventure aversion for the other pattern. For example, I grew up as a pleaser. I got really good, great grades at school. But I was, for a long time, afraid of being who I really am because I was afraid of being rejected. My husband, however, was more of a controller. He came from a more chaotic background, and he likes to keep things safe. But he's quite capable of taking on huge projects. He just would never stand up in a group of people and speak for himself because he doesn't feel safe. So there are different kinds of adventures that we are adverse to. What's your pattern? What are you afraid of? How are you holding back from stepping fully into your power. That's all I have for today. Go ahead and subscribe to this series so you don't miss any of these great tools and tips.